Welcome back to Star Wars Nerds Unite, the Star Wars podcast that is awesome and amazing and perfect in every way possible, including its timeline. So says I.
What do you mean, including its timeline?
I mean, like how often it comes out. Maybe isn't so perfect, but you know what? We love it. Love each other. We're going to talk about Rebels today. I am your host, timvanautreve. Joining me, as always, are Josh, building his Millennium Falcon, UCS, Mason.
Hi.
And Jennifer Vanautreve. How are you?
Jennifer, earbuds in.
Hello. Oh, I forgot I had those in.
She's just too cool. She's jamming to her tunes, tuning us out.
No, I was listening. I was watching the trailer. And I still had them in.
We're going to talk about Rebels. I don't care about that trailer right now. That's not true. Rogue One trailer, the trailer number 3, depending on where you're at, trailer 2, has been released, and it's amazing. And we'll talk about it in the next episode. But right now, we're going to talk about Rebels, Holocron of Fate. Right? Isn't that what I said? Holocrons of Fate. In this episode, we see Kanan and Ezra teaming up after Darth Maul has captured the rest of the crew of the Ghost, and they are
they're bait.
They're hostages, really, in order for Kanan and Ezra to go get the light side and dark side holocron, because Darth Maul wants to use them to learn an answer
to a question, an important question.
To a question. And apparently if you mix the two, you can ask any question and you'll find the answer. You have omniscience in some way. We get to see the BenView.
The BenView's back.
The BenView's back.
Didn't we talk about that last time?
We did quite a bit, and Josh was like, nah.
No BenView.
It's done. BenView's done.
Yeah.
Next episode.
He did say, I hope we see the BenView, but we won't. He was wrong.
Mark it down.
But he was not wrong about hoping, because it was cool. What is you guys' reaction to this episode and how it went down?
You didn't really explain the climax.
I gave like the general summary. Why don't you lay it down for us?
The climax?
Sure.
He gave the intro.
Episode?
He gave the intro.
What actually happened?
I gave the conflict. I just didn't give the resolution. That was all.
Right. That's a pretty terrible synopsis.
That's kind of like the intro. You gave an introduction.
It's the teaser paragraph.
Yeah, I gave the teaser. That's my job. I'm the setup guy. You guys knock them out.
That's a bad synopsis. Eventually, Maul and Ezra do the magic holocron bonding ceremony, and Maul says the question he is seeking out is hope, and Ezra wants to know how to destroy the Sith, and they have this weird, I don't know how to explain it.
The holocrons like merge together, and then it's like
a super bright
clips, light. Yeah, like it engulfs them, and they have to keep like searching deeper into the light to get the meaning to their questions. But Kanan is warning Ezra not to get out because the BenView warned him that it wasn't worth it.
Well, you might find out what you want, but
he was like, it was like the saying you can't unring a bell, but he said it different. He's like, a question can't be unanswered, right, or something like that.
Yeah, you
can't unknow it once you know it, something like that.
And so what did you think Maul saw when he's
Darth
so Maul
Vader's
says he
alive.
lives. What does Maul say he about?
All right, so
Darth Vader.
I'm torn between two different things. He's either talking about Obi-Wan.
He's talking about Obi-Wan.
Because he's after him for vengeance, essentially.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they said they saw basically the same things, he and Ezra.
They saw Tatooine.
Two twin sons. But there's a billion planets with twin sons.
Right, but they're clearly alluding to Tatooine.
Right, but it could have also been his brother.
It could have been Savage, but it's not. It's Obi-Wan. Right?
Okay, is this like how we weren't going to see the BenView?
Well, I mean,
he seemed pretty angry when he left. It wasn't like a happy, he's alive, yay. It was like vengeful.
I don't know about that. I think he was pretty happy.
I think he was happy, but not because I think he's happy because he wants to go kill Obi-Wan.
And Ezra saw a bunch of visions that he doesn't know anything about, but we all know it's visions of Luke. Luke is the key to destroy the Sith.
I didn't know that.
What do you mean you don't know that? Have you not seen Return of the Jedi before?
No,
Yes,
I don't
I
think
have.
she has.
Maul's new ship is called the Night Brother, which is kind of cool. I don't know why anyone knows that.
Is that kind of cool? It seems kind of lame. It's like a knockoff of his parents, the Night Sisters.
Well, he's the Night Brother.
I guess so. I'm not that into it.
I don't know what part of the canon that came from.
I guess the lame part.
Clone Wars is where it came from, or Son of Dathomir.
Oh yeah, I have that comic, and we should do that sometime. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Everybody's clamoring for it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we'll do it," and then I failed everybody.
His legs are way less owly.
Yeah, it almost looked like he just
now.
had on like metal boots.
Yeah.
So Kanan and
You knew that Kanan's name was Caleb Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know that?
But Hera didn't look like she really knew. She
I think
kind of
Hera
looked
knew.
surprised, or she looked shocked
She's
that
shocked
he
that
knew.
he knew.
But yeah,
I don't know how he knows. Maybe that was supposed to be in the Rebels comic that got
Axed.
they were gonna do a Rebels comic.
What? Kanan?
Oh, I thought you meant a different, like a new one that they never started.
No.
Did you hear they're doing an Afra comic?
Yeah.
A what?
Dr. Afra.
Dr. Afra is getting her own comic book.
It's that's what Kieran Gillen's working on instead of Vader.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Seems
But he's just writing it. He's not drawing it.
well, he never was. I didn't see if Salvador LaRocca was on it.
It was somebody else.
Yeah. Okay.
Kanan and Ezra had a little bonding moment. The Bendu sent them in to find the holocron
In the spider cave.
in the spider cave. He said that there was conflict between them and they had to resolve it. And Ezra ended up apologizing for Kanan going blind, and Kanan said he didn't ever blame him for it anyway, and they hugged.
Had a moment.
Yeah.
A bromance, if you will.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know. Lately, I kind of feel like Ezra is sort of playing to the crowd, maybe faking a little bit how he actually feels. I don't know if I'm just picking up
What do you mean?
petulant teenager, or if he's only sort of
What's he
pretending
faking?
his feelings. Yeah, I think
I don't know
he's sort of
either.
acting like he cares more than he does. I just get little hints of it.
I don't know.
I don't get that at all.
Okay. Then again, I always kind of got that he acted awkward. So maybe that's just an extension of that.
Another interesting part was when Kanan and Ezra get back to the carrier, because the ghost is on the big carrier, and that's where Maul is. So they land on the carrier, and Maul walks up, and he was talking to Kanan about our apprentice.
Yeah, he was
He's still trying to get Ezra.
Yeah.
he was being real creepy.
And
Yeah.
he tried to kill Kanan again.
Yeah.
He kept telling them if they brought the holocron, their friends would live. And then as soon as Kanan got there, he separated him and Ezra, and then tried to throw Kanan out into space.
He did throw Kanan out in space.
Yeah, he threw him into an
out,
airlock.
and yeah,
Open one side of the airlock.
and then Kanan got back in, but
He
whispered to his little droids for as soon as Ezra brought in the holocron, he was like, "Go kill the prisoners!"
Yeah.
Like immediately, he was just like getting rid
evil.
of everyone.
I liked how Kanan flew through the
airlock,
shield
yeah.
in the airlock of the bay. Like,
Right,
it's pretty
the hangar
hardcore.
bay, yeah.
I never really thought that organic matter could pass through it.
Well, it has to.
No, organic matter doesn't have to.
Sure.
Why would organic matter have to pass through?
How could any matter pass through?
Well, it's metal.
Well, what distinction does that make?
Metal is molecularly bonded in the science corner.
No.
What?
That-
I was like, "What are you going to say?"
Fine.
If matter can go through it, matter can go through it. It doesn't matter how that matter is combined.
Okay. Fair enough. What else do we have to say about this episode?
You say that like we said so much already.
We did say a lot. We said
Barely.
exactly what happened. We speculated a little.
I don't think there's really a whole lot else to... It's set...
Well, you didn't talk about all the rebellion people that got killed.
Well, that was just kind of a
They're like losing pilots and
MacGuffin for the story.
officers like by the dozens.
Do you think we'll see the BenView again?
Yes.
I don't know.
Never.
I don't know.
He threw you for a loop.
I'm looking at the names of the next episodes.
What's the next episode?
The next
Hera's
episode is the
Heroes.
Antilles extraction.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
And
I've
then
been
Hera's
watching.
Heroes.
Yeah.
I want to watch that one.
And then the last battle, which is almost certainly not the last battle.
The
Yeah,
last battle that
guess,
week.
I would guess that it's not. Well, I don't have any deep insights.
There isn't a whole lot of deep insights. The whole episode was just to set up Maul's storyline, I guess, to give him something to go do now.
Where's the story going? I mean, what's the resolution of the series? If we're getting Maul back in, is Maul really that involved in the end game, or is he just
He's
something
not
at the
involved in
beginning?
the end game.
What's the end game?
They all die.
They all die. That's the
Just
end
showing
game.
how the rebellion got started.
The kids show. They're all gonna die.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
Are you mixing?
Or
this
they're
up
all
with-
gonna
are you
they're all
mixing
gonna
this up
walk
with
into
Rogue One?
temples at the end of episodes, into the darkness of a temple.
So that's left ambiguous,
Yeah.
and we have some more characters in the sandbox.
I don't know. I don't know what
they
they're getting at.
they brought in another Fulcrum.
Yeah, there's a new apparently there's multiple agents that use the name Fulcrum. So there's a new Fulcrum, and it sounded suspiciously like Callus.
You think so?
Oh, that's in the next episode.
Oh, is
that's
it?
in the Wedge one.
Oh,
Oh,
you spoilered everything.
sorry.
Yeah, we're a little behind. That's my fault. Sorry, everybody. You guys want to talk about this episode some more?
We didn't read it.
I know. I'm ready to rate it.
Oh, the holocrons are destroyed. I guess that's another thing, right?
They were destroyed?
Yeah,
No,
there's like little
they just-
pieces of glass on the ground.
I didn't notice that. I thought they just fell apart.
I'm pretty sure they're destroyed.
I don't think so.
I think they exploded.
They did explode, but then they tinkled apart.
That's usually what happens when stuff breaks. They fall apart.
Dang it, I just watched it. You would think I, would have paid attention.
I didn't see him break, but Kanan could see Ezra.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, you could see him.
It's like he's not really blind. He just needs a brighter light. He has
it's the
he has
Force,
night
it's not light.
blindness. He only has night blindness.
It did.
He just
It
needs a
was.
flashlight on.
It was pretty. It was pretty bright in there. Remember, that was why the other people couldn't see. So
Well,
they shut
yeah,
their eyes and turned away from the light.
They like blinded them, and he took his little new
Visor
little
off.
thingy sleep mask off of his face, and he could see their outlines.
I'm ready to rate it. I'm gonna give it a very solid. I'm gonna give it a 9. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think 8.5. 8.5. Sorry, I'm playing the episode right now, so I can show you that the holocron exploded.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 8.25.
8.25. Wow, breaking it up there. All right, we're gonna get into letters here while Josh looks that up. I can't remember if we read this one from Jesus. I think we did, so I'm gonna skip it.
If we didn't, sorry, Jesus.
All right, so here we go. This one is from Coxmas Prime. He says, I now require that every episode include you guys ordering food. Tosh, don't be sad about not getting a shirt because those are the most horrible shirts I've ever worn. I ended up changing my size to extra small and just giving them to my son. I get an extra large in every other shirt I wear, but apparently in Funko t-shirt land, an XL means a large body, medium length with small sleeves. Plus, I swear it's made from like 3 sheets of tissue paper. I poo-poo on your shirts, Funko. Did you see any of the new Black Series or Elite Series figures last night? We went back and forth with Cocksmith a little bit, but yeah, the shirt is this absolutely ridiculous size. The small, or what did I get? I got a small, right, Jenny?
I think you got a medium. They only had medium in
They
line.
didn't
that's
have
right.
small. The
I got a-
medium was humongous.
It was like it was going to go onto a barrel.
It goes down to my knees. It's the biggest
They're saying
shirt
my
I've
large
ever
one
seen.
might fit.
It should. I mean, if it doesn't fit you, there's something wrong with you.
Well,
It's huge.
I usually get XLs in my Funko boxes.
This could seriously fit you. It's gigantic.
It was like, it just kept going in all directions like a tent.
Yes, it did. I didn't even bother unboxing mine. So maybe we should do it as a giveaway on the podcast now that we talked it up. Next up is Rob Van Dyson.
Oh, we didn't look at the figures. I'm not a big action
yeah.
figure guy, so I didn't look at them at all.
Yeah, me either. I'm super into Lego, and that's about it. And which sort of takes some of the fun out of these midnight releases. But that's what I go after. All right, here we go. This is from Rob.
My final assessment is that they probably aren't broke.
Yeah, they just break apart.
But I
They're
think
no longer conjoined. They kind of blow apart and they
settle
reform
down
as their own.
Yeah.
But we don't see them pick them up.
Right.
Yeah. All right, here he goes.
But
from
we
Rob.
know Darth Maul didn't take one. He was
Definitely
just
Darth
out
Maul
of
did.
there.
Darth Maul was outie. So that Sith holocron's still around. Ezra still
around.
has access to it. Boom, boom, boom.
They're gonna give them back to the vendor.
Hello, Nerd Squadron. Nerd Gunner signing in. I really enjoyed the Gorilla podcast from the diner, though you did make me very hungry. Ooh, actually, I'm starting to feel some Steak and Shake action right now.
No,
Science Corner. How'd you do? How were your insides after Steak and Shake?
I'm relatively fine with Steak and Shake.
Yeah,
But
that's good. I did great. Science Corner. I realize that there are a lot of variables in this question, but how far would/could a plasma bolt travel? At first, I thought that they would be like lasers and would continue traveling until they hit something. Considering the space battles we see, this would make space a dangerous place with billions and billions of blaster bolts zipping around. Then I realized that they seem to emit heat and light, which would give them a finite lifespan before they burnt themselves out. I also considered that most battles were relatively close range affairs. Obviously, this has more to do with cinematography than real-life physics, but what would be the effective range of such weapons, or at least what would be the primary factors affecting this? Josh, Science Corner.
in space, what's the primary factor? It's unclear because I mean, there's in space and there's on planets.
We're talking about in space battles.
It'd be really hard to quantify. I think it would be really far. That's my answer.
Like, yeah, with an actual number. Or
Because
something.
there's a kinetic energy element of it, which there's hypothetically no friction in space. There are some molecules out there to slow you down, but there's no friction. So once the initial kinetic energy is provided to the mass of plasma, until it hits something, it shouldn't slow down. There's gravitational fields and things that could act on it.
Yeah, that would
It has
pull it
mass.
around.
But if you had a hypothetical section of space that just went on forever, there's no reason the material couldn't go on forever. Now, what happens? The plasma is giving off energy, and eventually it would go into some lower energy state, but it would still be a chunk of some material flying through space.
I would think it would hit an asteroid somewhere. I mean, there's got to be a
Well,
lot
that's
of
what I'm
asteroid
saying.
fields out there.
There doesn't have to be.
And really, space is real big.
Space is super big.
And that's why you have shields, right?
Anyways, they run out of energy eventually.
But not for a long time, right?
The plasma will run out of energy probably fairly quick, but the material, the kinetic energy of the material through space won't run out until it hits something or some gravitational field impacts it.
There it is. General question. What types of craft does Nerd Squadron fly? X-Wings. There's no
I don't know. I would want something bigger. Like,
Nerd Squadron?
yeah. The Millennium Falcon was in Gold Squadron in the Battle of Endor.
I understand that, but maybe that's what we fly. Right?
Oh, you're saying Nerd Squad. I thought he was implying us. But I guess not.
I thought he was too. Who's Nerd Squadron?
Is that a joke? Are you making a joke right now?
What?
He's talking about the people that he gives the Nerd Squadron numbers to.
Our fans. Nerd Squadron is our fans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I would have to say they'd have to be multidisciplined, like Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, some people would fly an A-wing and some people would fly a B-wing. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
So, you know what? Pick your craft. You're a gunner. You're probably in a Y-wing somewhere. Maybe you're on the Falcon in the bottom turret.
Yeah.
If you were to make Nerd Squadron a Star Wars story starring you three, what would be the premise? Oh my gosh.
What would be the premise?
Love triangle.
No.
Idiot.
That was a joke. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, there would obviously be infighting of some sort.
There's no great evil for us to go fight.
It'd be like a Nicholas Sparks novel.
I don't know who Nicholas Sparks is.
Why would it be like that?
Because we would
There's
have
always
some
like
sort of
a
inner
hero.
conflict where we would fight with each other and then we'd go off and realize that we have to be together. And then we'd come together again and unite.
Against what, though?
A lack of a Star Wars Nerds Unite podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what it would be. That's probably what it would be.
It wouldn't be like Nicholas
No, it would be the
Sparks.
true story of how Nerd Squadron took over the podcast world. We'd have our origin story with humble beginnings, crowded around my dining room table, plonking and clonking on our one mic, trying to pick everybody up until the point where we're here in Nerds Unite Studios.
And we can't ever record.
And we can't ever record because we're too famous. We're too famous. We're too busy. We can't even do our roots. There it is. What part of the timeline would it be set in? Now?
So, the far future.
What types... Yes, far, far in the future. What types of characters would you play?
See, this question is more about what in the Star Wars canon would we do?
Well, in my premise of the movie, I would just play myself. Obviously. But I guess if we're trying to do something more in the actual Star Wars universe, what would I be? I don't know. I guess I'd be, Han Solo. A rebel who just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, like I am now. I'd just be so roguish.
Roguish. I would put you more as like an unsuccessful Lando Calrissian.
Where things just never go my way.
Yeah.
Despite my best efforts.
You're super risky with everything and you're always wrong. You always
And you
end
think
up
you're
being
a
wrong.
ladies' man and it just never works out.
Oh, good. Huh, that's good. Will you be Jabba the Hutt?
All right. Well, the successful businessman.
Jenny be the one that thinks she's really pretty, but nobody actually likes her. So there. You guys are jerks.
Good one. Who's that?
Who's what?
Who thinks they're really pretty in Star Wars, but nobody likes them?
I don't know. You.
I don't know either. There's no female characters, so.
Fine. Man, he's got a lot of stuff in his letters. What level do you think Kanan and Hera's relationship is at?
Oh, I remember this one.
In A New Dawn, Kanan is highly attracted both physically and emotionally to Hera, and in Rebels is implied that they are more than just teammates. Do you think they are really close friends, lovers, married? Or am I reading too much into this? Oh, they're definitely lovers.
I think that they're not lovers,
Oh, I guarantee you they
but they
are.
love each other.
I
I
think
think they're in love and they're not lovers yet, but I think they're in love for
they
sure.
are lovers and that they would be married, but the war is just too busy. They just don't have time for that. But I'm a helpless romantic.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think they will eventually kill Grand Admiral Thrawn on Rebels or have him reassigned elsewhere during the original trilogy? Or do you think he will wipe out Phoenix Squadron to end the series? Whew.
I don't know. There's a book coming out, so I don't know what time frame that book is.
I don't think Thrawn's going to die in Rebels. I think that's a waste
Nobody
character
really-
that everybody loves him.
No bad guys have really died.
No, none of the big ones. Well, the
All the
brother and sister.
Inquisitors.
Yeah, the Inquisitors. But they had to be gone anyway.
Which supporting or background character from The Force Awakens would you like to see fleshed out more in movies, books, and comics? I would pick Miles.
What was the first part?
What supporting character in The Force Awakens
Oh.
would you like to be fleshed out more? None?
I'd want to see more. What's his name?
Finn?
Yeah, more Finn, but like
He's not a
his-
background character. He's a main
you don't
character.
think so? Okay.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, but you said
definitely
we're
main
never going to see him again, and he's like a nobody.
What?
I'd like to see more Snaps Wexley. I don't feel like we've seen enough of him.
You are joking.
I am joking.
Okay, background character.
Yeah, there aren't that many compelling background characters.
Didn't you want that the one woman, the white stormtrooper?
Phasma?
Yeah, didn't you want her to be bigger?
Yeah, Phasma would be interesting.
We were suspecting she would be a bigger deal. In an Ahsoka panel at SLCC with Pablo Hidalgo and E.K. Johnston, they said that the novel would be set after she left the Jedi, and Pablo said it would reveal how she got her white lightsabers. You guys should seriously come out to SLCC next year. Mark Hamill promised a 2-hour panel after we filled a basketball arena and almost rioted when the 5-minute warning was given, and Star Wars had a huge presence. As always, thank you for the great podcast. No problem.
The book definitely answers those questions.
Sweet.
The book that are you finished with it now?
Yeah.
Was it really good?
It was good.
Which one is SLCC?
Salt Lake City.
Oh. Ooh.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, that is a long drive. That'd be fun, though. I'd go to Salt Lake City. Then he says, VOD. Thanks for the email, Rob. It was really long. Peter Reinard says, hey, guys, great episode. I loved hearing the background noise in the Steak and Shake. I didn't get the chance to get out to the stores because I had school. Cry, cry, cry face. I've got another Science Corner question. Why do people get hiccups? Love the show. Keep it up. Peter R.
This is a biology question again. I'm not a biology person.
Well, Jennifer happens to be getting her doctorate in
I know.
nursing, so I'm sure she can answer this.
Not really.
You didn't take your hiccups course? Hiccups
No.
601?
I can Google it real quick though.
It's a spasming of the diaphragm. Your diaphragm essentially goes into a spasm state and has trouble normalizing.
I knew it was a spasming of your diaphragm, but
Okay. So
No, why didn't you say that?
Well, I was trying to think of what would cause it. That's what I thought he meant.
no one really knows. That is the truth. No one knows what causes hiccups. They only have speculation.
Whoever they is.
I know what gets rid of hiccups.
What
Why
is
tell
your homemade cure for hiccups?
It's 100% accurate every time.
All right, let's hear it.
It's you take a spoonful of peanut butter.
No.
It has to be to the brim.
sticky, yeah.
I mean, it has to be
It
like
has-
a big
It's sticking on the
spoonful.
top of your mouth, your roof
No.
of your mouth.
No.
You turn the spoon upside down
Right.
and
It
you
has to
put
be
it
upside down.
on your not
roof
on
of
your
your
mouth.
The
you
roof
just
of your
like
mouth.
no.
No.
You put it on your tongue, but you like let it slowly slide down
Yeah.
your throat, and it like slowly coats it
Yes.
and makes it.
It
No.
works 100% of the time.
Yeah,
No.
it does.
I'm telling you that it does.
I'm telling you it doesn't.
Have you done that?
No.
Every
It's
time
ridiculous.
I've ever tried it, it
How
works.
do you know it
The
doesn't
listeners
work?
can let us
I've
know.
tried a lot of those stupid things like get in a headstand and take a sip of water and like hold your breath and then take a drink really fast, like all those dumb things, and they're all stupid. But this works like that
The
immediately.
best way to fix it is just to think about something else. Focus on something
Oh
else.
my gosh, that's lame.
Well,
I want to think
it works.
about. I want to think about eating peanut butter when I have the hiccups. It's a good excuse to eat peanut butter.
Jazzmaster says, hello, SWNU crew. Just to let you know, Tom Baker, the voice actor for BenView, was the 4th Doctor for 7 years. So he was there for a while, unlike what Joel said in his letter. Whew. Nothing will get the fan base fired up
Yeah, than
like a
Doctor
Doctor
Who.
Who comment.
And I know nothing about Doctor Who.
Yeah, me either. All right, we got more emails, but I'm going to read one more, and then we will do... Oh, no, I've got one on... We'll do two more. Here we go. This is from John J. Best, Peoria, Illinois, Nerd Squadron. Hey, SW&U crew, finishing up episode 86 on Star Wars number 16. I have to agree with Josh on this one that it would be moronic to send your top generals / leaders out on a supply run, but imagine there could be some information withheld that might make sense of this. Are the supplies some sort of classified info or weapons from the Empire, pirating ships, etc.? Recognizing that it is probably a long shot based on your description. No reason to risk your top people. With leadership like this, the rebellion is doomed, unless the bureaucratic empire is also this moronic. Can anyone say Captain Kirk beaming into the dangerous unknown situation on the recently discovered planet? Sorry, mixing sci-fi universes. Great podcast, as always. May the Force be with you.
Lazy writing.
Lazy writing. So says Josh the Tosh.
So says John J. Best, PIA.
Okay, here we go. And this one is from @LadyMeg, Nerd Squadron, first class. Yeah, she is. Greetings, Nerdmasters. I'm writing you a letter since I can't tweet this without being spoilery. How convenient that your Rebels podcast is late, so I have time to ask this. When Ezra had his vision at the end of episode 2, am I the only one that thought that he said twin sons instead of twin sons?
Sons with an O instead of sons with a U.
Yep. I thought to myself, oh, he can't tell that one is a girl, thinking that Luke and Leia would be the key to destroying the Sith. Then the internet told me that many Star Wars planets have two suns, including Tatooine, so, it sounded cool in my head for about 2 minutes anyway. May the Force be with you.
It's definitely the sons with a U.
But maybe
Maybe
they did mean twin sons.
With an
Maybe
O?
it's Savage and Maul.
Maybe.
That'd be weird.
But wouldn't you see their little horns?
Maybe they were blinded by the light.
Maybe.
Blinded by the light. That's for you, baby. Oh my gosh, she gives me such a loving look sometimes. I wish we should be streaming this live.
We should be on Periscope.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we should be. All right, that's it. I'm going to do the rest on the next episode, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Did you hear that? We're doomed.
This podcast is a part of the BenView Network.
You can find this and other podcasts like it at benviewnetwork.com.